Fielded in the end zone. It's fine. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So the NC State Wolfpack offense is on the field and ready to start the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Grabbed in the backfield. It's Smothers. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. You know, when you get off to a tough start in conference play like these guys have, sometimes the temptation is just to try to get through it, play out the string. How can they turn it around?
Well, they just need to put a game together in all three phases for 4 quarters, and they haven't been able to do that yet this year, especially, David, when they've gotten an ACC play.
Yeah, and they've struggled. It's not the start they wanted, but what the coach is talking about, like when you get some adversity, how are you going to respond? And how do we finish the second half of the season so we can build on it for the future? It's not pretty, it's not fun, but let's finish strong throughout this conference play.
Back to pass, it's Bailey. Throws for the tight end. Oh, he makes the play, it's intercepted. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
You know, you would have thought that after having 3 interceptions in their last game, the quarterback would absolutely never throw this guy's way. But here we are. We're in the first drive, and they're trying to be aggressive, and they're attacking one of their best players defensively, and he makes them pay. 4 picks in 2 games. We got to be talking about this guy for the Heisman, right?
Looking downfield on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Moore. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense came into this one prepared for these quick receiver screen passes. Nice job beating blocks at the point of attack and rallying to the football.
To the air on second down. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. Zane's it complete to the right. He steps out of bounds right at the 15-yard line.
It's so important that this offense is able to stay on schedule. What that means is keeping third downs management. That last completion to the tight end accomplished just that. Really nice play.
Picks up enough to get them 1st and 10 from the 13. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Wants to throw on first down. It's caught. That completion has them right on the doorstep. They'll mark it at the 1.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Defense has got to do a better job of taking the most dangerous man. That's the guy with the football in his hands. Force him to do something with it. You can't just let him keep the ball and go score.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. The returner's going to try to see what he can get. Just keeps moving. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw, it's Bailey. Makes the grab, it's Smothers. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
Well, there was really nowhere to go for the quarterback with that football. He's just trying to check it down to his running back, and the defense was there, and they made the play.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That
intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. Touchdown, Tigers. And they turn it into a defensive score.
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. He'll bring it out. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right.
And the sack all the way back at the 5.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick 6, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
Going downfield for the big play. Makes the catch down the right side. They get him down on the play, and this big-arm sophomore is not afraid to show off the gun. What an impact from that last explosive play. They were pinned down in their own territory, now 1st and 10 from their own 45. From the gun, give on the inside. Always got some space. A very productive run gets it inside the 40, all the way down to the 38-yard line. Wolfpack will have 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Bailey. Good timing on the quick out. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Now on 1st and 10 from the 27. Looking to throw on 1st down. Caught in the backfield, it's Smothers. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there, and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down.
Well, this offense will screen you in a variety of ways. They'll throw receiver screens, tight end screens. The running back screen also a big part of what they like to do, like you just saw there.
Trying play action. Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, NC State! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
And a really nice job understanding I got to get to that gap where there's a little bit of open space in the middle of the field when I run that post route. QB lays it out for him, and he catches it, gets 2 feet in bounds, in the end zone, touchdown.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. The early scripts have worked trying to add to this 14-7 lead. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10.
Really nice run there. This guy's so exciting to watch when he's out in the open field. Kind of reminds me of old Clemson greats like C.J. Spiller and Travis Etienne. When they got into the second level, you just held your breath because you thought there was a chance they could break it off for a touchdown. This guy has that same dynamic playmaking ability.
Oh, they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go. Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Finds his tight end. Turns it on in midfield. That defense got gashed, but they finally get him to the turf at the 47. For a quarterback as highly touted as Cade Klubnik was, I think he would even tell you he started slowly, but man, the progression, the improvement has been exponential, Jesse.
It has, Reese, and he's played big in big games as of late. You think back to last year's ACC championship game, and then I would argue his game against Texas, even in the loss in the playoff, that might have been his best game of the season, making throw after throw. You can see why he was so highly recruited, and if he plays up to that standard week in, week out, Clemson's going to be really tough to beat.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
action, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
How many first downs is that just on this drive? We're going to have to get the training staff to give some IVs and get some bananas, and we better stay hydrated because at this rate, the defense is going to play way too many snaps.
Grab near the sticks. It's Moore. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
This receiver is such a weapon. He has so much speed. And he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
And he gets it back to the 4-yard line and no farther. They'll give it another shot on second and goal from the 4. Quarterback run is part of their game plan. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. Throw it and go, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Touchdown, Clemson. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Yeah, and it's money time. It's third and goal. You got the option. You can run the football, still be balanced, use the big fella, the tight end. I love it down here because he can act like he's blocking, slip out, and get open. And then he's got that big body. You just throw it to him, and he does the rest.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. Quickly trailing by 2 touchdowns, down 21-7, and really important to get something out of this drive. Rides to back and leaves it on the option. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. To the air, it's Bailey. Hauls it in. They'll knock him down behind the line, and that's how we'll end this quarter. We've reached the break. Clemson has the lead, and they jumped out to that edge early. As we wrap up the first, let's take a quick look at our game stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. Looks as if NC State will have to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. Coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. And what a drive that was the last time they had it, basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. Got a man, it's Williams. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line.
Gain of 21 on the play. And first down for the offense.
Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. As you watch how a season unfolds and you get off to a good start like these guys have in ACC play, that momentum can really be powerful.
Oh, 100%. The momentum, the confidence. Like, you go from starting the season and saying, we want to be great in these areas, and now you're starting to see it, starting to pile up some conference wins. Now, Jesse, getting to the middle of the season, and you got to continue to evolve, right? Be ready for some of these rivalries.
No doubt about it. I think they also like the fact that they've got some guys stepping up and making plays consistently. It's one thing to do it off in non-conference play against weaker competition early in the year, but now that you're into the meat of your ACC schedule, they've got guys on both sides of the ball that they can count on week in, week out.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
I like the execution by this defense. Nice job of situational football, right? Like understanding where the sticks are. You probably know they're going to pass the football on this down. Great job breaking on the football when the quarterback throws it and forcing the incompletion.
NC State sending the offense back onto the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Back to pass, it's Bailey. Gets it out fast.
Man, you see so much of this in football now. Big body wide receivers, right? Guys that can run routes and box guys out. You want to play man-to-man coverage on me? I'll put my big body on you. You throw it near me, I'll make the contested catch.
They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
To the air on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Anderson.
And that is exactly where the football was supposed to go. Offensive coordinators call drag routes, anticipating man coverage. Even though the ball's only traveling 2, 3, 4 yards down the field, if the receiver is able to get a rub and create some separation and the quarterback hits him in stride, that little completion, that can turn into a 20, 30-yard gain.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
And as an offense, you want to stay aggressive. You want to keep calling these downfield shots. I know you didn't complete that one, but you want to send a clear message. You're trying to take the top off this defense. You keep calling downfield shots. You soften up the coverage. You get those safeties playing deep.
And he throws another interception. His third of the night. Knocked down at the 43-yard line, and the interception has him set up in plus territory.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
Turning it on. They finally make the stop, and the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
Looking downfield, it's Klubnik. Puts it out of the air. We've seen this from this sophomore, so dangerous after he makes the grab.
And this 4 vertical play is something that every offense in the country has in their playbook, but they don't all run it as good as this offense does. Really nice job making the play call, but when you've got athletes like this and a quarterback that can fit the football into small windows, good things generally happen. That is tremendous.
And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Tigers. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points. So it's not like you have the luxury for defense playing great. The offense is going to have to score.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16. If you plan to deal with the Tigers, you better be able to handle their defensive front. They have a whole legacy of this dating back to the fridge, William Perry.
Big old legacy, and it seems like every year they rotate so many guys that are so highly recruited, so good. Just great players. They're always big and strong and fast and physical, and they get after your quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Looking to pass, it's Bailey. He's going to throw deep right side. And it falls incomplete, and the offense is lucky to have it. Defender right there almost had it in his grasp. NC State to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and take it back. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on it. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Off play action on first down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes in offense, you're hoping the run fake is going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Quarterback strolling away from heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
This offense really is putting themselves behind the 8 ball right now on this drive. Sack first down, just thrown an incompletion, so third in California. Defense knows you're probably going to throw it. What can you dial up here?
On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. He's got it. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. And the Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. On target. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it because he really didn't have a choice.
Breaks into the open. Stopped and forced out of bounds at the 21-yard line, just outside the red zone, and they are looking to get one in here.
I'm not sure what the quarterback saw on that one, but that was a very quick decision to take off and run with it to try to get his offense some positive yards.
The Tigers kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Quarterback making adjustments. They'll try to get the edge with the toss play here. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that rate and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
The Tigers trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Fights off a defender. Really good running, gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And as a defense, every single time this big running back carries the football, you're making a business decision. You have to ask yourself the question, do I want to throw my body in there each and every time over the course of this game?
Got it in the middle, it's Williams. That'll be enough to give them a first and goal from the 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The run from the shotgun. They'll wrestle him down at the 4-yard line after that run.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback when you run these RPOs. Man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll run play action. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Touchdown, Tigers. Quick strike through the air for the score.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
And they add the extra point to finish the drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. first down, but the offense is just going to take a knee and go to the locker room. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And we've got to start our report by shouting out that quarterback. My man was dropping dimes like a bank robber, one after another. Right on the money, spreading the wealth. Are you picking up on the theme here, people? Long ways to go, I know. But if this continues, that young man is going to be cashing in more ways than one. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Thanks for that halftime report, Kevin. We're just about ready to start the second half. From inside his own 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're starting this drive with a massive lead, and they just want to finish strong. There he goes. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
At the 35-yard line. And that's a first down for the offense.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Pulls and fires it complete to the right. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, there are a lot of offenses out there that would probably be a little bit more conservative when you've got a lead like this in the third quarter. But when you've got the playmakers these guys have at the skill positions throwing the football, you should keep airing it out. And that's exactly what they're doing now.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Moore.
And that's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Catch in the middle, it's Moore. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Clemson ready to go back to work with another first down. Using that running game to bludgeon forward. He's got 4 down to the 35. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to fire. Throws to the tight end. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, the offense has had their way all game long up to this point. Finally, the defense is able to make a play. And I'll tell you, after that hit, that receiver, he's going to be thinking twice about running that route again.
Caught near the sticks. It's Moore. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Give to the back. Getting work done on the ground. He's pulled down at the 14-yard line.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football, and you've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, lead the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
And the Tigers come to the line needing just inches for the first down. Now on the move. They get him down, but this offense is set up 1st and goal from the 9.
First and goal, Clemson.
This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it on 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Clemson. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
And he takes and the ball's free deep in his own territory. Kicking team's got it. And no one is going to catch him. Cruises into the end zone for a touchdown.
Well, this offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field, and score. There's no end in sight for these guys.
Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. 2 running backs alongside the quarterback. Looking downfield, it's Bailey. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Now the play fake. Gets it out quickly. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? 3rd down coming up after that completion. From the gun, wants to pass. And they're not on the same page there.
Well, you can see the mindset of this offense changing quickly. We're in the late in the third quarter. They're down on the scoreboard. They've got to get aggressive, and they've got to throw the ball if they want a chance to win this game. But the defense knows it. It's going to be really hard for this quarterback now. The windows are going to be small like it was that time throwing the incompletion.
Looking for running room. He'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. Clemson ready to dial up small plays. They've got it on offense. They've been dominant, and now they'll try to execute to their own standard. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground here, off right tackle. Oh, he's got some space.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line.
First down for the offense.
The Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs.
29 Philly, go!
They'll go to the ground. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
On the run, fires downfield. Got his man to the left. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Touchdown, Tigers! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
What a day. His 3rd rushing touchdown. And when you got your college fantasy football team going, this guy is racking those points up for you. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
And the extra point was good. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. North Carolina State has it back in the offense, headed to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Looking for space, it Smothers. Shakes off the defender. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call on that sheet is available here on second down.
To the air, it's Bailey. There's a hit, and the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover. This offense has it with really good field position. And maybe this guy was hoping somebody would bail him out, like a tuck rule or something.
Not going to be so lucky this time around. Give the defense credit. This pass rush is serious. It's real. And this quarterback is now going to have to play with a clock in his head that's going up just a little bit quicker. He's got to do a better job understanding when to get rid of it.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Clemson. And they take it in for 6 more points. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic. And this guy is having himself a day.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. And talk about spreading the ball around, everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Nifty run there, pickup of 6 out to the 25.
Draws are such a smart way to take advantage of fast defensive linemen. They want to get upfield and get after the quarterback. It keeps them honest, makes them realize they got to play the run too. Great play call.
The play action fake. Zips it out to his man. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. Finds his way for 3 out to the 33.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Still on his feet at the 45. There he goes. Touchdown. Once he got to home, it was over.
I think it's a good sign for coaches to see that their team is still fighting. They're getting blown out in this game. Nothing has gone their offense's way. They've been outmatched. But here in the fourth quarter, you like to see guys competing. You like to see guys still trying to fight. Because as a coach, you want to know, next time you take the field, which guys you can depend on and what you can build off of.
And right down the middle. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week in the ACC, fellas. Louisville is trailing right now, but let's be honest. The program that turned out Lamar Jackson should never be counted out of any game. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Pittsburgh. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops you should know about.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Leaves it with the running back. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Back to throw, it's Klubnik. Under fire. Tight end finds a soft spot. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Here comes Clemson with another first down. Wants to go up top on first down. He fires one deep over the middle. Touchdown, Tiger! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. NC State sending the offense back onto the field. Gives it on the option. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long. Trying to pick up a first down. Let's go! Let's go! Thomas looking to fire. Throwing right. They needed a big play, and they got it. And the foot down for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense.
And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And this defense, they got their ears pinned back. They know exactly what time it is with the big lead in the 4th quarter. They've already got a bunch of sacks on the day today, and they're looking for more.
The Wolfpack put themselves in a hole here on second down. From the shotgun, the inside give. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Wolfpack line up facing third and approximately half a mile. Defense showing blitz here. Thomas back to pass. Got him downfield. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Goes to the option. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here.
Well, obviously a really nice play by the defense there stopping the option, but I think that's on the quarterback because it looked like his pitch option was wide open. That ball should have gone to the running back out on the perimeter. It looked like he had some open field in front of him to go make something positive happen. This quarterback's got to make better decisions. It's not just the passing game. It's in the run game with the option, too.
And they have converted their first 2 third-down opportunities, but this one a third and long. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third-down stop. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. The holder will spot it about 35 yards out. Good, right down the boulevard. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
He'll bring it back from inside his spot. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. They'll start this drive going to the air. Pressure coming. And when he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
Looking to the big tight end. Got his man downfield. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. And even in the fourth quarter with that lead, they are still taking shots. They are still being aggressive. Pedal to the metal.
Dropping back, it's Klubnik. Turns it loose. Working that left side. Just like that, a huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
Man, it's go time for this defense now. I mean, you're down by a couple scores, and they're still making big plays. You got to find a way to get a stop, create a turnover, switch the momentum to your side quickly.
Looking for the goal line. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. They've pushed it ahead to the 4. They'll try to cash in on second and goal. Fires into the end zone. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
And you can tell that play went nowhere from the start.
It was definitely a great play by that defender.
Oh, yeah, he got in the backfield so quick, the running back had absolutely no chance.
Rides the back on the option, the give. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. NC State has to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
And that play is a microcosm of what this game has been. They have not been able to protect their quarterback all game long, early or late, up front. Moving forward, this offense has got to do a better job, or else they're going to be in a lot of trouble. You cannot give up as many sacks as they have in this game and expect to win.
The give to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
And the defense is still fighting. They haven't had the day that they dreamed of. You know, talking to the coaches coming to the game, like they thought they had a good plan. They'd be ready to attack and limit some of the damage this offense has done. They haven't done it today, though. They got to go back to the draw.
Lots of running room. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their total.
And they just keep piling on the points. We've seen in big moments in this game, they have been able to step up and deliver, particularly on offense. Very impressive performance.
That's why they call them the hands team. They're able to secure the onside kick.
Well, here in the 4th quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Looks like the defense will play quarters coverage here. Thomas looking to fire. Fires deep toward the end zone. And that pass is incomplete. They were going for the consolation touchdown, but to no avail, and that's going to do it for this one. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely